Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Hayseed Night. I'm your host, Mercenary Orc, and when we last left off, we had just managed to, what did we do again? I'm a busy guy. I'm busy and I'm not that bright. Alright, let's just jump. Right, we had just gotten to the market. And now we're gonna go see what's going on at the bazaar. Take it away, Severus. The sun was already up in the sky by the time Adam managed to remember that he was supposed to go to the bazaar.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to arrive so late. Please don't kill me.
Sadly, it was too late for Ada. JK. But lo and behold, there was no one around to hear his scream. No, I'm kidding.
What do you know? First again. I'm gonna have to ask for a raise at this rate.
Little did he know, however.
Oh, hold up. Now it's time for that. Andy could get here at any...
Uh-oh.
Boss! Ha! Gotcha. You're gonna end up giving someone a heart attack if you don't quit sneaking up on people like that, you know. Right! Don't you think for a second I forgot I was supposed to prepare the stall. No, ma'am. But, you know, days are getting longer, and it's harder to sleep at night, and the streets are real crowded, and...
As all could plainly see, she was unconvinced by Ada's bullshit. In a silent glare told him that she didn't believe a single word that came out of his bullshit mouth, but she didn't care enough to pry either. Turn the page, Mr. Potter.
Hey now! Quit giving me that look, missy! You got here late too!
Oh god, her eyes are shadowed. How do you give someone shadow in there? Oh, I guess he's got shadows in his... Oh god, she's scary. Alright, no, let's keep it going. She pointed at her hair. Drops of silvery green water were dancing on her tips, painting the ground beneath. Is that just a... I don't get what's meant to kind of be said here.
How is it my fault that you were busy dyeing your hair?
Oh. Leaving him with that perfectly valid question unanswered, she walks back to pick up a big bag she'd left a few steps away. She lifted it up with a single hand and headed towards the stall, closely followed by Ada. It was about time that they began working. A sudden thought popped up in Ada's mind as he helped her set up their carpet.
So, how come the patron ain't here? It's just gonna be the two of us today?
Ada was correct. Aina simply shrugged.
You won't tell your pa I got here late, right, boss?
She punched his arm with such strength that she almost made him fall sideways.
Ow! What did I... Oh, tail. Sorry, boss.
Aina was unimpressed. This little reminder that was a sensitive issue effectively killed the conversation. People from all over Ilium began congregating in the bazaar, turning the walled plaza into a sea of spice, trinkets, and everything nice and dear. The currents of the sea were difficult to understand for Ada, who often found himself pushed to the ground in the busiest hours. Today would be especially lively, for little did he know it was Black Friday, and the beginning of the Dawn-Soon season, so the festival of Arcane had to be oh shoot, I messed that up. Hold on a second. I'm more lost than Ada was on his way here. And so the festival again had to make sure to bid a proper farewell to the rain cloud so they'd be back again by the end of it. End of what? Forget it. A pleasant change from Ada's usual day-to-day, working in Ina's forge under the continuous risk of suffering heat stroke or third-degree burns. Oh, that's what he thought at first.
Welcome, welcome! We got the best prices in town!
He's got the sideways mouth thing going on. He's got Sonic syndrome.
Come on and see what goods we
Sonic
offer!
Alright, no. Let's keep going. There was no reaction whatsoever. Oh, wait. Oh, God. Sorry about that. My throat just combusted. There was no reaction. There was no... 10 points from Gryffindor. There was no reaction whatsoever to his incessant yelling. I feel like I'm doing a Shaggy impression now instead of a... Other than Anna snickering at him for trying so hard, that is.
Sure must be fun watching me break my back so your dad won't yell at us.
It was. Though unimpressed, Anna decided to encourage Ada a little bit. With a long sigh, Anna sat up and cast a tired glance over the carpet. She reached out and stabbed a small, shiny dagger. She knew now was the time. The time to end Ada's suffering. No, I'm kidding. After checking... Oh, God! This could be used with... I gotta take a screenshot of this too. Mental note. Hold on. I have a pen and paper. But the pen's dead, so... Fuck it. After checking its sharpness against her gloves, she began stabbing the air as possible customers approached the stall, attempting to showcase its intended use. Ada quickly put his hands over her shoulders, discreetly bringing her arms down.
You know what? Nah, take that back. There ain't no deer in the world that works harder than Ana of the test. There just ain't. A hard worker like you deserves a good rest every once in a while, so just let me take care of this, boss.
Ada, knowing that he'd soon be out of a job, decided to step in. He did his best attempt at a natural smile. Ana, who couldn't care less about any of this, simply shrugged and sat back, still wielding the knife. She let her hand fall on one of the stones that paved the bazaar and effortlessly tore it from the ground, deciding that it served better as a sharpening tool.
You do you.
Indeed. It was best to leave the issue alone. Ada had figured out quite some time ago that Ana was a creature of habit, and her habits included steadfastly refusing to put any effort into anything that she didn't care about. But it never really bothered him at all. There was something fascinating watching about the oh God. I wish there was something fascinating about this playthrough. About watching her get completely absorbed by whatever task she had chosen to focus on, really. Ada had never quite had that level of dedication to his craft, if he even had one. She could hammer tirelessly at a single hunk of metal for hours at a time, if the piece required so, all while judging Ada's every move with the same intensity. She was just as capable of sitting in a corner and glaring away for hours while she sank deep down into her own imagination. That's why he immediately knew something was off the moment she turned away, her face away from the dull knife of her own accord.
Huh? Well, what's wrong, boss?
Her eyes were shadowy again.
Wait, is that... Oh, no. Don't tell me he's coming this way!
I'm sorry, I need to prepare myself for this. And I wasn't going to tell him either way, but coming this way he was. He being Adder's worst one-sided nightmare. The God damn it! The Almatassian of the Ilum Sok, Taliad the treasurer, followed by his pale retinue. None of this gets an entry in the encyclopedia. Oh, this guy just radiates snooty asshole energy. Ada didn't even have time to yelp before the merchant among merchants politely announced his presence with an ancient greeting.
Tsakirmat, Miss Tess. I'm aware of how hectic the stall must be today, so I won't keep you long. I simply realized what a rare occasion it is to see you out in a crowd, so I thought I would take a moment to come and pay my respects to you. I hope you'll find some solace seeing a familiar face among the hustle and bustle.
Uh-oh, these two have a history. I can't even get my own words out. This is absurd. Oh, God. This image with no context whatsoever. There's so much to like. There is just so much to like here. Anna's eyes turned sharply away from Taliad, closely accompanied by the tip of a knife. The stag's head followed the motion, only to find the eerily immobile set of deer waiting by his side.
I understand the apprehension you feel towards my company, but I'm afraid these are the only escorts I can ever trust with my back anymore. It's a dangerous world out there for people like me. Okay. Speaking of which, where's your father? Has he considered my latest proposal? Or will I have to send any more of my people his way?
Uh-oh. Anna did not appreciate this bullshit. Ada didn't miss the way Anna's fingers clenched around the dagger she was sharpening. Fuck. What do I do? Come up with it. Distract him.
Holy hordes! Check out that Buck's grapevine, boss! It's gotta be the biggest tree I've seen in my life from root to branchlets. Darn! That shrub's worth a fortune, I'm telling you. And trust me, I'm Chanturian born and raised. I know a thing or two about giant trees.
Oh, Adder. This is just like, it's so dopey, yet so relatable. And it didn't bat an eye at the interruption while Tyrannid, I'm just calling him Tyrannid. While Tyrannid didn't even seem to hear him, the bizarre I'm gonna call it a scaring contest. The bizarre scaring contest remained strictly a two-person business. Ada was never one to give up so easily, however.
Yep, sure'd be nice if we could have a plant like that dragging our stuff around. Oh, it's a real shame the patron don't plan to bother showing up today. We could have tried to convince him together.
Little did he know that they did plan to show up.
Whoever buys that tree is going to show the world he's a deer with class. Ain't that right, ain't it?
Oh, I see how he's going now. Ada didn't need to do anything more remarkable than put a hand on Nina's shoulder. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, no. That felt like a mistake. Adder has messed up. I knew these two had some kind of history together. Oh, dear. I like even her shocked expressions like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. You're in trouble now. It was a... it was... Oh, God, Adder. Hang in there, buddy. It was but a brief glance, a glance best reserved for a slug crawling up your leg, but a glance so scalding that could make the weeds wilt and crumble to dust within seconds. It's so hard to do a Severus Snape voice, especially when you're trying not to laugh. Keep it together. The kind of glance that would normally precede the untimely death of an elongated yellow stag. And boy, was that cat... Oh, no. The kind of glance that would normally precede the untimely death of an elongated yellow stag. And boy, was that stag elongated. Alright, that's enough of that. As Adder's luck would have it, however, the recognition set in the merchant's glaze was just at the right moment. An unsettling half-smile formed on his face instead.
Ah, yes. I remember you now. Geoff's little paramour. The oversized one-eyed fawn that wanted to be a knight. 1 Durandun for a full set of armor was what you requested, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, that went from 100 to 0 real quick.
Nope. I mean, yep. I mean, sir, I'd never dare say you're mistaken, but I doubly not dare say so when it comes to numbers. Imagine it. Poor farm boy could barely count trying to tell the Tailed how money works. Darn, just thinking about it cracks me up. No, sir, I can't. I just can't believe for one moment the most famous loner in all of Heirloom would be so kind to remember a dumb buck's dumb dreams, much less his ugly friggin' mug.
I have to give props to the voice actors here. I really have.
Of course. I never forget a face, no matter how weathered or insignificant. That'd be remiss of me.
I don't know how to pronounce his name. Just gamble. Tailed. Oh god, that. Life is one big party when you're still young. Alright, no. Tailed nodded to himself thoughtfully, giving Ada a chance to discreetly crawl past Ina. Despite the yellow stag's desperate inner pleas, Tailed's eyes soon shifted towards him again.
Forgive my curiosity. I just can't help but wonder. How can a country boy with ambitions as great as yours go on living, day after day, knowing he can't aspire to more than his deplorable life?
Tailed can go fuck himself.
Geoff can barely stay sober enough to feed himself, never mind someone twice his size. It must be exhausting, staying alive.
Oh, no, not at all. We manage. Sorta.
Jesus. Oh, God. Tailed's soft features drew closer to Ada, but he barely even noticed. His only eye remained glued to Tailed's bodyguards.
It's not too late to consider the offer I made you back then. Let me put those deformed hands of yours to better use. I could give you the armor and the money to pay for it now, if you come work for me in the sewers. It won't be much worse than whatever the blind witch has you doing.
Is he talking to Adder or to Aina? Because I can't remember. She's got band-aids on her arms, and meanwhile Adder's got the big hands.
That's mighty kind of you, Mr. Tailed, but it's poor manners to consider job offers in front of your own boss.
You make a fair point. Perhaps once I've torn that red scab off our guild's back then.
Oh my.
Aina.
Whoop. Oh, Adder. I love her face. I love him hiding behind her. I love how slowly the guards moved past them. It's just so interesting. I'm always interested in like the arc of like shit. How do I describe this? It's like that scene in Kung Fu Panda where they or like the entire show Poe's like joked about as like I think it's like the Furious Five are joking about Poe. They say he came down on a ball of fire, and they're all laughing at him. Meanwhile, Tai Lung, the villain of the movie, gets wind of this, and he's excited to meet Poe because he thinks, like... It's like, how do I really don't know how to describe it. It's like the legend of the hero versus the reality of what the hero was. Put up some clips to kind of help me make my point here.
The dragon warrior fell out of the sky on a ball of fire.
When he walks, the very ground shakes.
I heard how he fell out of the sky on a ball of fire. That he's a warrior, unlike anything the world has ever seen.
Thank you. Alright, so yeah, we've got... I guess it's kind of like the arc. I'm excited to see the arc Adder takes. Either he's going to kind of become a hero, or just... This is just going to be a light comedy. I'm hoping the former. But I wouldn't mind the latter, either way. Let us continue. Adder's body had somehow contorted into being... Wait, hold on. I like how they addressed that. Adder's body had somehow contorted into being nearly indistinguishable from Anna's at this point. He needed a few more seconds to thaw out of that position.
Divine beeswax, I'm crawling out of my skin here.
He said. Anna found that amusing.
Who the hell you laughing at now, huh? That weirdo ain't no joke, you hear me? Last time I talked to him, it only took me shoving my hoof in my mouth half a second to swish, get a blade on my neck. And all I could see out of this eye was the creepy face of one of those golem... Oh, is that a sensitive subject?
Wait a minute. Maybe I'm just reading too much into that. Anna's ears perked up, though her gaze remained firmly locked on the blade.
No, yeah, of course you'd find it funny, Mistress Miss Tess. Paying my respect sure is a fancy way of saying he got the hots for you.
I feel like we're about to enter even more sensitive territory. Ooh! Oh, yes, sirree. The hours passed by slowly and painfully, for they were completely ignored by any passerby. Well, avoided rather than ignored. It was no surprise the merchant, Adder's patron, and his mute daughter were two of the most despised people in the city. In spite of the incredible variety of antiquities and smithery the merchant had for sale, no one ever bought a single thing. And there were plenty of reasons for that. Even Adder had some serious doubts about working for an old barhand man whose fur was redder than blood, and an albino smith that insisted on dyeing her hair green. What is a barhand, I wonder? Oh, right, of course, I remember this now. Oh, wait, this is different. The once proud gazelles are bloodlings of... Oh, wait, are they? We'll explore this later, we have a plot to cover. The fact that they worked independently from Irilim's Traders Guild probably had something to do with it, too. In any case, it was well after noon, and they hadn't done anything but sit around for the whole day. Sigh. Oh, wait, that's Adder. Ada pressed his lips together and began drumming his fingers against the floor. I don't know what he's getting at here, but okay. The puppy dog eyes, or eye in this case. What is even that? I need a dictionary. It looked askance at Ina, hoping this subtle call for attention had stirred her curiosity, but there was no answer. She had other things to worry about. He'd have to be the one to actually break the silence, as you... Well, of course he would. She can't speak, you ignorant fool.
So, hey, Ina. I bet you're still wondering just what in the world could make a hard-working buck like this one get here so late this morning.
She didn't. Ina stopped hitting the rock with the blade. She barely moved her eyes towards Ada. She was uninterested.
Well, buckle up, because there's a whole story there. This gotta stay between you and I. But, this morning...
Suddenly... Oh. Oh my god, do we... hold on, let's... oh, ooh, what do I wanna... What do I want to do? Well, this is out, and I don't give a damn about the beast thing. I ran through a wall, I saw a gazelle. Do I want... I don't... I've already seen images of one of them kissing the other. So I don't know if he's trying to impress her here. Or do I... Oh god, what if there are multiple endings? I hadn't considered that. Shoot. Ah, oh no! Damn it, do I potentially break her heart, or do I... Not only break her heart, do I potentially piss her off? I like how she's still blinking, like... This is what we're... Ooh. Ooh. It's tough, but I'm gonna have to go with this.
I saw a gazelle. Not any gazelle. No, ma'am. She was the fanciest gazelle girl I've ever seen. And there she was in the slums, strutting her hip, earthquake in the heart melting butt.
I'm sorry I'm laughing over that, but that's just... Oofta. That face with that sentence is just perfect. That is perfection right there. She got her attention. It's like, what? Why does she have fangs? That's a what? It's like... I like how she's gone from pissed off gremlin to go on. You saw what now? Ada was most certainly not used to having her pay attention to him when he spoke. I've made the right decision.
Butt ugly face! So I just ran away because she was so awful. Ugh, yuck. Yeah.
And I didn't buy it for a second. Ada could feel how Ina's lilac eyes stared at his very soul, piercing a hole with a question she meant. What? Ada could feel how Ina's Ada could feel how Anna's lilac eyes stared at his very soul, piercing a hole with a question that she meant to ask. Okay, that does make sense. I'm just an idiot. Let us continue nonetheless. Take it away, Snape. Why, it was such an intense look that he felt flustered. Doesn't look it, though. With her usual silent demeanor, Ada brought her two gloved hands in front of her face. She balled them both into a fist, raising their index fingers, then lifted them until they rested them on her forehead like tiny horns.
Horns?
Yes, horns, Ada. We just went over that. And with a quick motion, she took her horns to her mouth, biting them.
I ain't no gosh darn freaking Horneater, okay? I like those!
I just got what she was calling him. Oh, yes. Yes. I love everything about this. This is funny. The best way to describe Ina's smile at that precise moment would be terrifyingly mean. While her bad temper was known and feared among the other merchants, it was unusual to her. Ah, damn it. It was unusual for her to be so acidic, especially towards Ada. Our dear boy couldn't help but notice this change, as he wasn't going to keep it to himself, of course.
You're acting real ugly, boss.
Yeah, one to talk. The smile on her face vanished and replaced instead by a grimace. In response to this affirmation, Ina merely shifted her gaze back to the blade and resumed her task, pretending she hadn't heard him. But if Ada was known for one thing, it was his incessant need to stick his nose in everyone's business. What's wrong?
What's wrong, Ina?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did I pick the wrong choice? A wrinkle formed over her nose as she focused on keeping calm, but Ada didn't get the message.
Come on, don't just keep everything to yourself. You know there ain't a single thing in the whole of Dakna you can't tell me.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, whew. No sooner he'd finished the sentence, Anna slammed the dagger she was sharpening against the ground, effectively sinking its tip in the ground.
Right. I know there ain't a single thing you can tell me either. This is one of them metaphors things Gaff loves.
Metaphors?
Says that a hushed mouth ain't got nothing on an open heart.
Metaphors, that is that's like a good bit of character building here. Oh, Anna got up all of a sudden, her face red in anger. Ada was preparing himself mentally for the beating that he expected would ensue. But instead, she just plopped down on the ground, sitting with her back against his. Dear Buck was puzzled to say the east. Fuck it. But Anna didn't even make a sound. She sat behind him, completely still and hidden from the public eye. Of course, the possibility of getting whacked in the head was now more real than ever, but so Ada didn't even attempt to guess why she would do that.
What was the patron thinking?
I don't know, you tell me.
Well,
What?
he probably didn't expect you two to play, hide and seek in the stall.
Who the fuck are you? Was he on the cover? He looks familiar. I think he was at the start page. I don't know. Hold on. I don't want to quit right now. Some random green guy appears. It's the Incredible Bulk. Oh wait, no, his name is Illigrab. Hello, Illigrab. Whoa. Alright, Ada and Anna immediately jumped away from each other, doing the best attempt at looking half professional. A thunderous laugh resonated over the ruckus of the bazaar.
Heligram?
Yes.
It's respectable Illigrab Buntalos to you, boy.
Super.
But please, don't hold back on my account. I'll just look the other way.
Oh my.
What?
Oh. Oh. Oh, now you're in trouble. Heads up, the man that was so red, it would seem that he'd stolen all the color his daughter was lacking.
Patron!
Ah, so he gets the respectful treatment and I don't. I see how it is.
Oh my goodness, and on that note, I think we're going to put a pause on this and come back to it later. Quite the development we've got going on here. My goodness. Yeah, leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time when we figure out what this guy's deal is. Peace out. Don't give me that look, we were on time, you know it.